Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are in the world.
That's right, because we have people from all over the world in this group.
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
Pretty cool. Well, this is our weekly Facebook Live, and we have something very important to tell you. First of all, we're very happy that you're here. If you're listening live, and even if you're watching the replay, we want to give you a lot of value, but we have something really special that we think is going to help a lot of people. So part of our commitment to the group is to make sure that if someone needs help, they're getting it. And so if what we talk about resonates for you, but you're not quite sure how to implement it, we're going to be giving you a link in the comments below, and it's going to guide you to our website. And underneath the top banner of the website is a button, and it says, have some questions, talk to a coach. And it'll take you to an application where you fill out some questions, and that helps us to know, what are you dealing with, so that you can have a little mini session with us, one of us, depending on when we're available, but it goes right to our calendar. And we're the only ones that see the answer to the questions. Okay, so it's not going public or anything, and it doesn't get shared. And then you book with us, and you can have a little mini session, and that way we can give help to more people. So that's our goal as a commitment to this group. I mean, we have over 212,000 people here. I don't know how many sessions we can actually do, but that's what we want to do, is we want to help you, because the law of attraction can sometimes be confusing, frustrating. Yeah, and that's why we created a program too. So we have a lot in store for you. All right.
Yeah. So it's exciting, isn't it? And it is. Christine, I just want to, there is so many people that come to us and say, yes, we know about the law of attraction, but how do you implement this? How do we make it a way of life? And I think so many people get confused on how you actually make this a way of life, and actually have a daily routine, a daily way that you can implement techniques, ways that makes a huge difference in your life, and actually does create that abundance that so many people are looking for. And whether that's, abundance in all areas of life. Some of us are just searching for, to be able to make a better business for ourselves, or a more healthier relationship with ourselves or with other people around us, or, financial abundance. And, these things really, so many people are kind of feeling stuck in that aspect. So, I love what we do here. I love what we can bring, and we are so happy to just speak with you and just see what we can do for you, and that's what it's all about. So happy days. Let's get on to our
fired up.
We're all fired up. This is the thing. It's we're always fired up on this. It's so cool. So let's get on to our subject for the week, as promised, as we stick to our word, to be able to bring the best value we can possibly bring to 212,000 people.
Oh my gosh. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. And thank you to Melissa Rodriguez for the wonderful vibration of this group that she has created, of a pure positive energy. So we hope you're getting that too.
Blessings.
So our topic is how to communicate with yourself and others so that you are aligning your vibration with your highest good. And you said something when we were preparing for this call, you said something that made a lot of sense, which is it's a first about self-awareness. And so maybe you can speak a little bit about that, and then we'll go on with self-talk and other things.
Absolutely. So self-awareness is, so many of us go through our day and don't really think about what we're thinking about. Which sounds quite off key in some ways, but actually you know, when you're aware of your thoughts and you're aware of your emotions and you're aware of what's around you and what's coming to you, it's a really good place to start. So when I say self-awareness, I do mean, you know, I specifically mean our thought process, your thought process as such, your emotions, and being really super aware of what you speak about, because what you speak about, you bring about, right? So if you're in a place of your daily waking up and it's kind of like that saying where they say getting out the wrong side of the bed, you know, is one of the things they say here in the UK. I don't know if it's worldwide that's been said, but we say if you're getting out the wrong side of the bed and you're starting your day like, oh, I'm late, or I've got to do this, and you're in this really low vibration as such, you end up stubbing your toe, or you will end up hitting your hand somewhere, or you spill something, and your day is set out to be like that. Now, if you are aware that you've woken up and you're feeling that way, take those couple of minutes to yourself. Those couple of minutes is not going to make or break your day, but it as in break your day, I'm going to say, but it can make your day be a better day, because you're stopping and you're recognizing in those moments that actually my day is not going to start the greatest, and I could potentially have a day filled like this. So if you take that minute and be aware of that, then you can start your day on the right foot, and also start thinking from that point to say, well, actually, I'm awake, I'm alive, I've got another day ahead of me. Let me appreciate I had a good sleep last night. Even if you didn't have the greatest sleep, I got to lie down in my bed and have a good sleep. I've got the day ahead of me. I have got things to do. And it's just being aware of yourself, and that. And we're gonna go on to the next part of self-awareness here. But really, that's where I want to start, Christina. And I think, you know, it's probably the most profound part of your day is the morning, and then the evening also. But let's start with the morning and have that self-awareness of how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and are you in a rush in the morning? And if so, just take those couple of minutes to yourself to go and, you know, start your day off on the right foot as such, and take it from there.
I love that, Anthea. And for me, what I do is I have a routine as I wake up in my bed, and I can tell either the sun is up or it's not. So if it's not up, it's like 6 a.m. And if it is up, it's like 7 a.m. And I decide at that moment whether I want to go back to sleep
I love
at 6
that.
a.m. Often I can't. Often my body's just saying it's time to get up. But what I do is I spend time, as you were saying, I spend time feeling love, thinking about people I love and how I want my day to go. And, Abraham Hicks talks about the fact that when you're sleeping, your attraction to everything stops. And when you wake up, depending on how aware you are of your vibration and how you create the vibration, the deliberate vibration that's going to get you in a positive attraction, then you set your day into motion. So whether it's your gratitude list, whether it's that you meditate first thing in the morning, or just lying in bed, appreciating the warm bed, appreciating that you can lie in bed for a minute. And if you are usually in a rush because of an alarm going off, set it 10 minutes early so you can spend 10 minutes feeling and being in that positive space. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Beautifully said, Christina.
Yeah, so it's so important because how you start your day really does matter. So self-awareness is the first thing. But then we wanted to talk about self-talk. Self-talk is really, really important. And I think people don't realize some of the things that they're saying to themselves. Some people don't realize how,
detrimental it can be.
Yeah, but how many times they might be putting themselves down? Because a lot of times people say they call themselves stupid because something went wrong. or they say,
Or
oh,
I'm an
you
idiot.
idiot. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's so known, that one, isn't it? So many people say it.
It is, but you know what else is, if you say, oh, my horrible back, oh, my faulty knee, oh, my constant headache, or your cells are literally listening to what you say, and your words have power. So if you are affirming what you don't want, even if it's like something that you always say and you don't even think about it, this is the thing, is we want you to think about, how are you communicating with yourself? Because what you say can either align you with your highest good or destroy your alignment with your highest good. And so that's what I wanted to say about that.
And I think on what you're saying there, it's, you know, so many don't realize what they are saying subconsciously. Subconsciously, it's a self-sabotage thing. So, and I think I'm going to lead us on to how you talk to others, how you communicate with others. You know, that is so important as well, because when you're communicating, you know, if you're speaking to someone and you're saying, actually, I'm going to start here. I had a conversation with someone today, and he was just explaining to me about, he was doing his bathroom and he had to do stuff, I don't know, they had to fix something. And his partner said, she was about to say, I don't think you can do it. And he stopped her as she was about to say and said, 1 minute. If you're going to say what I think you're going to say negatively, don't do it, because I'm confident that I can do it. If you put those words and that vibration over to me, I could potentially not get it done. And I feel very confident that I can. So he asked her to please step away and let him continue doing what he was doing. And he successfully completed his task. And we had a little conversation about it, and we said how amazing and important it is to that his self-talk was, I can do it. And hers was going to be, I don't think you can do it. So it's so important what we say to other people as well. And on that note, it's like, how do you talk about people when you're not around them? You know, I've heard so many people say, and people have come to me and said, oh, that person's only successful because their parents gave them the business, or without their parents, they would never have done it, or they had help along the way. Now, let me just like really harness in on this one, because everyone gets help along the way from the divine, from your connection. That's where you get the help. You know, the physical people are who's sent to you for that guidance and for that support, not necessarily help. It's a support mechanism. And that's why we have this group here. That's why we've created what we've created, because a support mechanism is what makes the world go round. It's what makes everything come together. You know, if we all was just individually, no one communicating and no one doing anything together, things wouldn't get done. So coming together is where it's really important, right? So if you're speaking about successful people in a negative way, you will never attract that full success, because you're feeling with those wordings, there's a deeper vibration behind that, which could be jealousy, envy. Some people goes as deep as hatred, because, you know, and I'm not saying that's to everybody. I'm just saying I've heard it, and I've heard that in people's voice where they express that, because why have they got it and I haven't?
And excuse me for interrupting, but
no, please do.
That is so vital, because when you are jealous and when you are envying what someone else has, and angry or hating or feeling it's unfair, that is saying to the universe that this is not for you, that you can't have the wealth.
Yes, you're basically saying I don't deserve it. And why do they deserve it and I don't? It's that subconscious self-talk of saying, well, I don't feel it's like, I don't deserve this. So if I don't deserve this, you can't bring it to you. It's like you're making a gap between yourself, right? It's pulling yourself away from who you are, because your inner being, your higher self, knows you to be abundant, loving, and all the great things that you can be. And when you're thinking in opposition to that, by that, speaking in the opposition to that, you're basically like pulling yourself apart from who you really are. And that's why you feel bad. That's why you feel the jealousy. That's why you feel the envy. It's because you're not connecting with your higher self. So connecting with your higher self is to actually bless these people and say, wow, well done. Look, if you can do it, I can do it. If you can attract it, I can attract it, right? And thank you for showing me that this is possible. We've got so many examples of the possibilities in this world, and too many look at them as a bad thing, or try and find excuses and stories to why they've become like that and why you haven't. That is so self-sabotaging, and we want you to come out of that. We want you to find that. Be your best supporter. Don't forget about supporting football teams or rugby teams or this team. Support you. Be your biggest supporter, and in time you can really overcome that self-sabotagingness.
Well, and you brought up how you talk about other people, but also how you talk to other people. So if you think about parenting, if you think about friendships, what are you saying to your kids? Are you saying limiting beliefs? Are you saying, well, I don't know, some parents can be very disparaging. If you don't come home with an A, well, I don't think you're that smart, or, they can say some really cruel things. And it can set up this whole idea that you can't have, and what you believe about yourself. And so it's vital that when you speak to other people, whether it's your kids or your friends or your coworkers, that you're speaking possibility, that you're speaking the highest possible good. So I want to give a very simple example, but it almost always works for us, which is when we're having a difficulty with technology, or when we're having a problem trying to solve something, we always say, everything always works out for us, and ease and flow.
And then bam, right?
Yeah.
Literally, Christina.
Yeah.
It's profound. It's just, I love it. I do. And I'm so glad you just said that, because we just done it just before we went live. Mm-hmm. And it happens in seconds. It's so powerful.
It really is. And so remember that your words have power. So even if you're saying them to somebody else and you feel like, I want to hurt them with my words, because sometimes we're angry at people, but you're hurting yourself. So the best thing to do when you are about to communicate something that is not a high vibration, you say to the person, I really need to walk away and regain my composure. And then maybe we can talk about it. Because when you're just spewing out and being reactive, you are going to say things you don't mean, and you're going to set up a vibration in that relationship. This is a little off the topic, but I think it's really important. Anthony Robbins, who is an NLP master, very famous, most of you have probably heard of him. He talks about relationships, and he says, the reason relationships break down is that there's a neurological association with the person of love when you fall in love. So you see their face and you feel love. You see their face and you feel love. And you hug them and you see their face and you feel love. You make love with them and you're seeing their face and you feel love. But over time, as they leave the toothpaste cap off and you feel angry, and you see their face, and then you have an argument about something and you see their face and you feel angry, and then you see their face and you feel angry. And he says, by the time all of these things have built up, where you're constantly seeing their face and you're feeling angry, that is more prevalent than the seeing the face and feeling love. And so what happens is it destroys the relationship. And one of the ways that people regain a relationship is to do the things that made them fall in love. So what I'm trying to say is that in how you communicate to others, you have the power to determine what vibration is going to be between you and that person, and between you and your higher self, and attracting your highest good in terms of what that person brings in the relationship, in terms of how you work together for common good. And it doesn't matter what relationship it is. If it's coworkers, if it's children, if it's spouse, whatever it is, if it's a parent, you know, you can actually, when you stop reacting and you start saying kind things and working on yourself before you spew out something that you're going to regret. So yes. I think this is such an important topic. We could go on forever. Unfortunately, we don't have forever. I know you don't either. However, what I want to say again is we're going to go really deep with this in our group coaching on Thursday. But meanwhile, we had said, if you didn't hear us in the beginning, we had said that we want to help and support the group. That's our commitment, is to help and support the group. So if what we've been talking about this morning resonates with you, if it's something that you might need help on, or if there's something about the law of attraction that you need help on, that is our mission, is to provide help to everyone who needs it. Now, there are 212,000 people in the group. So first come, first serve. But we're going to put a link in the comments, and that link will take you to our website, and down below the main banner you'll see it says have some questions, talk to a coach here. That will take you to an application page, and the application is simply for you to answer a few questions that help us help you. It books you on our calendar for whatever space is available, so we can have a little session with you. And we can help you with some of these that we're going to be talking about every week, or any concept regarding the law of attraction, or something you need help with regarding the law of attraction and goals in your life. That's what we're here for, and we're thrilled to be. And that's why we created our group coaching program. You can learn about that too at that website. But again, you know, we're offering these coaching sessions. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Wow. We could go on forever, couldn't we?
I love it. We just love it. We love it. We love it. So it's all good. And yeah. And please do share, you know, share our video. If there's anyone that can help, or put their, you know, please do put their, tag them in the comments below if you feel that somebody could benefit from our videos. Yeah, we're a growing community. We love having people come on board, and we're here to help, you know, to support and help at all ways that we can regarding the law of attraction. So on that note, Christina, are you saying, shall we skedaddle?
Yes, we'll skedaddle. We'll let you have your day, and thank you so much for joining us. Just put # replay if you put a comment. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.